Hi everybody, and welcome back to Horse. This weekend, Anubis has finally made his reappearance. He is in the Golden Fleeces. This is the last divine on my most wanted list, and I have been saving up Themis' scales for quite a few months to get him. Now that I think about it, I did have some passes saved up as well, just in case. The 14 scales were not going to be enough, but I, not maybe a half hour ago, went and bought a retired coat and used up all of my passes, so I really hope I can get him. And Anubis, for those who are not aware, he is an Egyptian divine horse. He offers a Hestia gift. I think he drops it about every 2 to 3 months. I really love him for his design. So without further ado, because I have talked about this guy many times, I don't think we need to spend too much time talking about him. Let's just get started. I am super excited here because I'm hoping that I can get him with not many fleeces. That way I can save up the rest of my scales, or I can just use the rest of my scales rather to get golden apples. Although I was kind of thinking that depending on the items. Oh no! This is why. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm really glad I picked golden apple. I didn't mean to do that. This is why you shouldn't talk and do this at the same time. Okay, I want to offer up a Nyx pack for 3 golden fleeces. What I was saying is that depending on the items that I win from my golden fleece, I could actually get, like, if I get a 2-star fleece, I'll pick a Horn of Plenty, and then I can usually exchange that single Horn of Plenty for 2 golden apples. So it might be to my benefit, actually, to just use up the rest of my scales to get fleeces instead of golden apples. I can't believe I did that. However, at least with that mistake, I did get golden apples with it instead of picking something else like 6 black orchids, because that would not be helpful at all. The way in which I open up my fleeces, when I go to scratch it, this is a 1-star fleece, which is disappointing. I scratch it very slowly at first. It's almost like peeking through my fingers because I want to see if I get the fragment image in there, which means you got the jackpot amount, which I didn't this time. So that's how I open up fleeces. I just do it really slowly. I believe 21 fragments is on the low end. But if the low end of the range of fragments that's possible, because I think I saw some people saying that they had 30 fragments that they got. But if we want to go worst case scenario, if each of my fleeces gave me only 21 fragments, that would take 47 fleeces. With what would have been 14 fleece or scales, I now have 13 scales, and for 3 golden fleeces per scale, that's 39 fleeces that I can open. After that mistake, though, of getting the golden apples, I wish I hadn't spent all my passes earlier. I meant to save my passes. I was going to wait to buy the coat after. Oh, that's 2. I don't know why I thought the star up here. The star up here is not indicative of the stars that you get within the fleece. There you go. And I am going to pick a Horn of Plenty because then I can exchange it to get 2 golden apples, most likely. There we go. 23 fragments, again on the low end. Last fleece from the scale. Is that 1? Yeah, 1-star fleece. Achilles heel. I'm going to try to stop rambling on. See, 35, that's good. I'm going to try to stop rambling too much just so I don't make another mistake. Something else I'm going to do is just keep the scales open up in a separate page. That way I don't have to keep going back to the black market. 3 golden fleeces. There we go. Thank you. I think it would be nice if they had the image next to the text, because golden apple, golden fleece. I mean, kind of makes sense why I mistook that. Granted, I was distracted. It was my fault. Yeah, that was totally my fault. Okay, let's just go to the golden fleece. I'm just going to do 3 at a time, and then I'll make a decision, maybe. Okay, 1-star, whether I want to just burn through the rest of my scales on video. 32. Fleece number 34. This is my 5th one. Okay, 2-star. This is only my second 2-star fleece, isn't it? Well, guess you'll have that. I do believe I stated in my last video, another 2-star, that I prefer fleeces now. I think fleeces are probably my favorite luck item. The downside to fleeces compared to the others is that I think you get the least amount of miscellaneous items. Like, look, I only got a 1-star Western bridle and bell boots with this, in addition to the black market items. So you don't really get any extra miscellaneous items, but I still just kind of prefer fleeces. And I don't mind the animation. I don't know why I opened that up in a new tab. I don't mind the animation of having to scratch it. That adds a little bit extra fun for me. A Nyx pack. I do have plenty of Nyx packs in stock. I always try to keep extra Nyx packs than scales, just so I don't have to worry about, oh, I get to open scale. I get to use my scales today because of whatever item that I want to trade for, but oh, I don't have enough Nyx packs because I have like 5 divines. Nope, no fragment. I have 5 divines that offer Nyx packs, so 4 Balios give me Nyx packs each month. And then I have Rehua, but he only offers the Nyx pack not very often at all. 18 fragments. I think that was the lowest so far. Okay, let's see. What do we get? No fragments. 1 star. Yep. This is sad. I have not gotten 1 3-star fleece, but I did get 35 fragments. All right, no fragments. Okay, it looks like Anubis is going to be unlucky for me. 18 fragments, which I guess is to be expected because of how long I have been waiting for him. Okay, I think, okay, this is what I'm going to do to make this easier. I'm going to leave the black market open in a new tab, in a separate tab, and then I'll just open up the Themis' scale. We'll do that, and then I can just go back to the black market tab just to make this easier. Nyx pack, 3 golden fleeces. I'm kind of tempted to just... Let's just open trade another scale just to make this easier so I don't have to keep going back and forth. I have a feeling I'm going to need them. And if I do have leftover fleeces, no big deal. Okay, that should be enough. We've got 6 there. Okay, let's see. Ooh, 3-star fleece. And for this one, I'm going to pick Morpheus's arms because I can get 2, maybe 3 golden apples instead of just a harmony pack. Which I wouldn't mind getting a golden apple and a Helios Ray, but I'd rather have more golden apples. So 19 fragments. Fleeces. This is the worst luck I've had with the fleece in quite some time because the other divines that I've won, Horn of Plenty, from the fleeces this year, I've gotten them within 5 tries. And it would be Anubis who would be the worst luck. But I'm not surprised just because of his gift. 1 star. I'm going to have a bunch of Achilles heels, but those exchange well. I'd still rather have a 1-star. Oh, 3-star fleece. I'd still rather have a 2-star or a 3-star fleece, but, you know, I'll take the Achilles heel over no black market item at all. Or as opposed to an Apollo's or Fortune. I'd take the Achilles heel for sure. 1-star. Looks like I am going to need to, yep, use another scales because I only have 1 fleece left. Any fragments? I don't see fragments. Nope. 2-star Horn of Plenty. And that was my last fleece. Let me refresh this so I can see how many I have. 8. I'm kind of worried that I used up all of my passes earlier. Golden fleece. Okay. And let me just use another one. Nyx pack. Let me do this slowly so I don't make another mistake. Whoops. Golden fleece. Or what else would be really nice is if it would just default to the most recent item that you used. Or if you could just choose a default item. That would be nice too. Use the item that gives me 6 fleeces. And thankfully the golden fleece is still using the old black market format so I can see how many I have. I'm dreading what they're going to do to the golden fleece page because again, I do like the scratching animation. And I hope they don't get rid of that because that's kind of the fun part of the golden fleece. Don't just give me some boring pop-up. 2-star at least. No divine. How many fragments am I up to? 432. That one only gave me 18 fragments. All right, I need another 568 fragments. No fragments there. 1-star fleece. Another Achilles heel. How many Achilles heels am I up to now? Anybody know? It would be nice if you got Equus in addition to the other miscellaneous items. Because the benefit when you're opening up Titan's Challenges and Horns of Plenty, I usually rack up tons of Equus. And then, of course, I can sell the miscellaneous items that I won. 2-star. Have I only won 2 3-star fleeces? Not very many. 21 fragments. I knew he was going to be expensive. I was kind of hoping my luck would be good with him because, again, I've had good luck with the fleeces the last few months. Morpheus's Arms. There's my 3-star. I think that was my last fleece. Yes. Okay, back to the wet market again. Let me refresh. I should be down to 6. Yes. Close the other tab. And again, I'm going to do 2 trades here just to have them stocked up a bit. Another Nyx pack and 3 more fleeces. Kind of tempted just to trade them all in for fleeces, but I don't want to jinx it either. Like, oh, you have all these fleeces in stock. Let's just make you use all of them to fill up your meter. Horn of Plenty. Of course, now I'm going to have to go through the process of actually trading all these hops. But I have the 10 trades each week because of VIP. And then I have one of the divines. I think it's it's either a seasoned divine or a Chinese divine that gives you +1 extra trade per week. So I actually have 11 trades per week, I believe. And then Morpheus's Arms again. And the reason I can get 3 golden apples from the exchanges is that I do have the perk that lets me offer 3 copies of an item per trade. But again, it's not always... I can't always get 3 golden apples for Morpheus's Arms. It just depends. I'd say more often than not, I can usually only get 2 because whenever I offer up the Morpheus's Arms to get 3 golden apples, the trade usually sits there and it expires because nobody takes it. I am going to have to fill the meter. As long as I have enough fleeces, because if I don't have enough fleeces, I am in trouble. I can't even buy a fleece right now with passes because I only have 87 passes. And I think that was my last fleece. But I do have passes in stock with my Mars. I've not added skills to him for a while. I burned up 10 on my Themis' scales. Ah, goodness me. Let's see, Nyx pack and Golden Fleece. Technically, I burned up 11 because I sort of wasted that one. But again, I'm so glad I accidentally picked. It was the golden apple. If I had to choose anything other than the fleece, I'm glad it was the golden apple. You know what? Let's just use another one. Next pack. I truly don't think it's jinxing it to stock up on these fleeces because there have been times when I did just go through and I just thought, you know what, I'll just go ahead and trade a couple scales to get whatever luck item it is just so I have them stocked up, and then I would get it. I would get the divine within 2 tries or something, and then I had all these extra luck items stashed. And you know, I could also trade the golden fleeces if I wanted to, but I think I'll probably, I mean, if I do have fleeces left over, I can just keep opening them today in the really, really off chance that I can get a second Anubis. Or I could just save them for something else. But as it is, things are not looking so good. 1 star. Achilles heel. Well, actually, I think I'll save the Golden Fleece for when the next Metals Divine comes out. Because I have 2. Only 2! I got the jackpot! I've got Anubis! Yay! I've got the 2 Metals Divines that are out so far, and I would like to keep continuing with the set. So I think that does make my decision for me now that I think about it. Now that I have Anubis, I did not have to fill the meter. I came very close. That gave me the 195 fragment jackpot needed to finish off the meter. And I'm going to choose a Horn of Plenty. How many fleeces do I have left? Yay, I've got my Anubis finally after years. He first came out in probably 2014. I believe his event was the hidden object game, and we've only had that event twice because there were some issues with it, and we haven't had it since then. And the last time he came around in a weekend offer was about 2019. Great. I want to see, how many fleeces do I have? I have 5. How many scales do I have? Oh, I only have 1 left. Well, you know what? Because the Metals Divines do offer passes as their perk, I would rather just save up my last remaining scale and my 5 remaining fleeces for when the Metals Divine, the next one, comes out. And I'm going to assume, hopefully I won't get in trouble for assuming, that it will offer passes as well. I would rather have that than a second Anubis, because so far with the 2 Metals Divines that we have, they don't take that long at all to drop their passes. I have Anubis now. Let's go take a look at him. Anubis, please, with his age, let him get put in line with my other Egyptian divine horses. I really wish we had a way to organize divines by set, because I don't have enough of each series to put them in their own breeding farms, and I also just like working them all in a row. If there was a way that we could work through consecutive breeding farms without having to load up the breeding farm page, that would be great, because then I would put them into separate farms. That way, when I'm, going through and doing lessons with, say, my Egyptian divines, occasionally I will accidentally do a lesson with my Nordic horses or my wind divines, just because I get in the habit of clicking the lesson. We get leather today. What are his other... Some leather and skill points. Well, duh, of course his other gift is leather. I just got leather. Okay, let's board him real quick. I put all of my divines in my own EC. Do mission. We'll tack him up. That way I can throw him into some competitions, and let's see where he got put with my other divines. Where are you? Oh, thank goodness. Okay, he is in line with my other Egyptian horses. So because of his age, I do have all of my farms organized by age. This one is 4,000 years old, and he is 4,000 exactly. My segment was 4,100, and I do want to put the Owsray on him, because I do put Owsrays on all of my divines. I like to put the background from the event that they originally came out in, or that I won them from, or the background that's on their special horses pages. But I can only do that with one of them, because I don't like to reuse the same one. And I do have it favorited. And I do believe that the Scarab Queen's Oasis landscape is from the Hidden Object game that he came from. And I don't know if this Temple of Anubis came from that event, but I might just choose this one, because Anubis in the Temple of Anubis, it just sounds good. Let's just choose this one. And I know there were several backgrounds for the Hidden Object game. Yeah, we'll just go with the Anubis, Temple of Anubis. It suits him. So there you go. There's my Anubis. Finally, after however many years of waiting, I got him. Let me real quick take a count. It shouldn't be that difficult to figure out how many fleeces I spent, and then to also figure out how many 1-stars, which would be Achilles' heels that I won, 2-star fleeces, which would be hops, and 3-star fleeces, which would be Morpheus's arms. That'll be really easy to break that down, because I picked the same item from each starred fleece. Well, let me take a look at that, and I will be right back. I'm back for my calculations. If I checked everything correctly, I opened up a total of 31 golden fleeces that they were all from inventory I obtained via 12 scale Nix pack trades. 13 scales were used today, because I did have that one accidental trade where I picked the golden apples. From those 31 fleeces, I won not only the divine, but I also won 15 Achilles heels, which means 15 fleeces were 1-star fleeces. I got 11 2-star fleeces, and I picked Horns of Plenty from those, and then only 5 3-star fleeces, and from those I picked Morpheus's arms. 31 golden fleeces. I obviously wish it had not taken me quite that many to get him, but they were all from inventory. they weren't bought with passes, which makes me a little less frustrated from that. And I did expect he would take quite a few. He's also not the most expensive divine I've ever gotten. Not even just like pass wise, because he was technically free in terms of passes, but he's not the divine that I've had to open up the most items to get. I've opened up 34 fleeces to not get jade because that was prior to fragments. I didn't even have any fragments to show from those fleeces, but I am very happy that I got him. I will sit on the remaining 5 golden fleeces plus the single Themis scale that I have left, just on the off chance that that we'll have another Metals Divine Horse come around maybe next weekend. I do have a list in my EC forum where I've been keeping track of all of the weekend luck offers. I'll have to check that to see when the last Metals Divine came out. It does seem like it's been long enough that we're probably due for another one. And so far, the 2 that have been released were in Golden Fleeces. I would expect the next one to be in Fleeces as well. So I'll save up my remaining fleeces for that next Metals Divine. I do like that set because they offer passes, and an actual pass giving divine is always nice because you don't have to go through the hoops of investing whatever item a divine gives you into trying to turn that into passes somehow. And there are some divines that what their perks are, you're just not going to be able to turn that into passes. A Hestia's gift on a unicorn will always make passes. The other day, I actually bought an already blupped unicorn mare that have fairly high GP. I just found that. Luckily, it was fairly cheap in the sales as well. I bought that one, and then I slapped a Hestia's gift on it, put it up for 300 passes, and it sold within a day or two. I was very happy with that because I didn't even have to use any of my aging points to blup it. That's all for this weekend. That's all I have. If anybody else would like to share their findings for this weekend's luck offers, I would be interested to hear how your luck went. If you are planning on trying, but you have not yet done so, I do wish you the best of luck. Hopefully you will have better luck than I did. So thank you all so much for joining me today, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.